There was once a young man named Elias. He lived in a small town surrounded by mountains where life was simple, but dreams were not. Elias was only 24 years old. He lived with his mother in a tiny house at the edge of town. They didn't have much. But Elias had something more powerful than money. He had a dream. He wanted to build a better life for his mother. Every morning, before the sun appeared over the mountains, Elias would wake up, look at his sleeping mother, and quietly tell himself, "One day, I will give her the life she deserves." While other young people spent their evenings laughing with friends, Elias studied. While others slept, he stayed awake. He worked during the day and studied engineering at night. Sometimes his eyes were so tired that the words on the page became blurry, but he kept going because every sacrifice had a purpose. Every sleepless night, every difficult day, every moment he wanted to quit, he remembered his mother, and that gave him the strength to continue. Years passed. Then finally, the moment he had been waiting for arrived. One afternoon, Elias received a phone call from a large engineering company in the city. They wanted to hire him. His dream job, a good salary, a new beginning. Elias couldn't believe it. He ran home. He hugged his mother, and for the first time in years, she saw tears of happiness in her son's eyes. "Mom, we made it." That night, they celebrated with a simple meal. It wasn't expensive, but to Elias, it was the greatest dinner he had ever eaten, because he believed his life was finally changing. He had no idea that everything was about to change again. 3 weeks before his first day, Elias received another message. The company was shutting down. The job offer was canceled. Elias stared at the screen. He read the message again and again, but the words remained the same. The opportunity he had spent years preparing for was gone, just like that. He walked home in silence. The streets were crowded, but Elias had never felt more alone. That night, he sat on the edge of his bed and whispered, "Why? Why did this happen after everything I sacrificed?" For the next several days, Elias stopped studying. He stopped applying for jobs. He stopped believing in himself. The same young man who once woke before sunrise now struggled to get out of bed. He kept thinking about the future he had imagined, the house he wanted to buy for his mother, the life he wanted to create. Everything suddenly felt impossible. One night, he looked at his mother and said, "Maybe I'm just not meant to succeed." His mother didn't argue. She simply walked over, placed her hand on his shoulder, and said, "Maybe this isn't the ending, Elias. Maybe it's a direction." A few days later, Elias was walking through town when he saw an elderly man struggling to carry several heavy boxes. Elias stopped. He helped him carry them inside. The old man smiled. "Thank you, young man." The next day, Elias saw him again. This time, the old man's machine had broken down. Elias looked at it. His engineering knowledge immediately took over. He examined the machine, found the problem, and repaired it. The old man stared at him in disbelief. "You fixed it." Elias smiled. "It wasn't that difficult." But the old man shook his head. "To you, maybe." Then he said something that Elias would never forget. "Sometimes the thing you're good at is so natural to you, you don't realize how valuable it is to someone else." The old man owned a small agricultural repair workshop. He asked Elias to help for a few days. Elias agreed. But something unexpected happened. He began to notice the problems farmers faced every day. Their machines were old. Repairs were expensive. Many farmers couldn't afford modern equipment, and because of that, they were losing money. One evening, Elias returned home with an idea. He opened his notebook and began drawing. What if he could create simple machines that ordinary farmers could actually afford? That night, he worked until sunrise. His first machine failed. The second broke apart. The third barely worked. People laughed. Some told him, "Forget it. Get a normal job. You've already failed once." But Elias remembered something his mother had taught him. Failure doesn't tell you who you are. It only tells you what you need to improve. So Elias kept going. One failure, then another, then another, until finally, he built something that worked. The first farmer who tested the machine wasn't convinced, but he agreed to try. The machine moved through the field. Seeds were planted faster. Water usage decreased. The farmer stared at the results. Then he smiled. This could change everything. Elias didn't say anything. He simply smiled back, because for the first time, he realized something. Maybe his life wasn't falling apart. Maybe it was coming together. One farmer became 5. 5 became 50. Soon, farmers from nearby towns began asking for Elias's machines. His little workshop grew. Then it became a business. And Elias did something important. He hired young people from his town who couldn't find work. He trained them. He gave them opportunities. The young man who once believed he had no future was now helping create futures for others. Years later, Elias was standing inside his successful workshop. Hundreds of machines were being built around him. Hundreds of farmers were depending on his company. Then he opened an old drawer. Inside was a piece of paper, the job cancellation letter. The letter he once believed had destroyed his life. He stared at it, then smiled. His mother walked into the room. She looked at the letter. "You still have that?" Elias laughed softly. "Yes." Then he looked around. "I used to think this letter ruined my future. But now," he smiled, "I realize it created my future." "If you had received that job," Elias looked at her. She continued, "you might have spent your entire life working for someone else. But because that door closed, you were forced to build your own." Elias looked down at the old letter. His eyes became emotional. He finally understood. The challenge wasn't there to destroy him. It was there to redirect him. Maybe you're going through something difficult right now. Maybe you lost a job. Maybe your business failed. Maybe someone you loved walked away. Maybe you worked hard for something and still didn't get it. And you're asking yourself, why is this happening to me? But what if you're asking the wrong question? Instead of asking, why me? Ask, what is this challenge trying to teach me? Maybe the rejection is redirecting you. Maybe the failure is preparing you. Maybe the delay is protecting you. Maybe the ending is making room for a beginning you cannot see yet. You don't have to understand everything today. Sometimes, you simply have to keep moving, keep believing, keep learning, keep trying. Because the chapter you're crying over today may become the chapter you're most grateful for tomorrow. Remember Elias. He thought losing his dream job was the worst thing that had ever happened to him. Years later, he realized it was one of the greatest blessings of his life. So if life is challenging you right now, don't give up. Don't let one painful moment convince you that your entire story is over. You may not see the purpose yet, but keep walking, keep fighting, keep believing. Because sometimes, the road you never wanted to take is the road that leads you exactly where you were meant to go. Your setback may be setting you up. Your rejection may be redirecting you. Your failure may be preparing you. And your challenge may be the beginning of your greatest transformation. So remember this: a closed door is not always a rejection. Sometimes it is protection. Sometimes it is redirection. And sometimes it is the beginning of a completely different life. One day, you may look back at the challenge that made you cry and finally understand why it had to happen. Because every challenge happens for a reason. Don't give up. Your story is not over yet. If this story inspired you, like, share, and subscribe to help us reach more people with messages of hope and inspiration. Stay inspired, keep believing, and remember, sometimes the greatest challenges lead us to the greatest blessings.